Welcome to Quick Course Digest. Today we're going to demystify a super powerful business methodology you've probably heard thrown around, Lean Six Sigma. If you've ever found yourself nodding along but secretly wondering what it's really all about, well, you are in exactly the right place. Let's jump in. To really get a handle on what this is, let's just use a simple example. I want you to imagine for a second that you are the manager of a local supermarket. Business is okay, but you've got these two really nagging problems that they won't go away. So first off, you're just seeing waste everywhere. I mean, from products expiring on the shelves to your staff taking inefficient routes through the aisles, it's a mess. And second, your morning milk delivery, consistently late. And that means your first customers walk in to empty shelves, which leads to unhappy customers. And that is definitely not good for business. So you're kind of stuck, right? You're facing two totally different issues. One is about general waste and inefficiency, and the other is about a very specific broken process. How in the world do you tackle both of those at once? Is there even a single tool that can handle both problems? Well, turns out there is, and it's called Lean Six Sigma. This right here is the whole idea in a nutshell. It's not one thing or the other. It's this powerful combination. It takes the waste-fighting muscle of Lean and fuses it with the process-perfecting brain of Six Sigma. Honestly, think of it like the ultimate two-for-one deal for making your business better. All right, so let's break this down. First, we're going to look at the lean part of the equation and see how it helps our supermarket manager get a grip on all that operational waste. At its core, Lean is all about a really simple but powerful idea. Give the customer the most value possible while, at the same time, ruthlessly getting rid of anything that doesn't add value. It's all about being super efficient and effective. Creating more with less. Now, Lean has a really specific definition of waste. It's basically any step or action in a process that the customer wouldn't be happy to pay for. Just think about it for a second. Would you, as a customer, want to pay a little extra for milk because the store's delivery truck broke down and they had to hire a new one? No way. From your perspective, that's just pure waste. And Lean is so systematic that it actually categorizes waste into 8 specific types. Let's just run through them real quick. You've got transportation, which is just moving stuff around more than you need to. Inventory, holding onto too much stock. Motion, people moving unnecessarily. Waiting, which is just dead time. Overproduction, making too much of something too soon. Overprocessing, like adding features no one wants. Defects, which are just plain old errors. And finally, skills, which is about not using the talents of your team to the fullest. Okay, so that's how Lean takes care of the waste problem. But what about that late milk delivery? Now we're going to look at the second half of this dynamic duo, Six Sigma. This is the tool our manager is going to use to fix that frustrating problem. Six Sigma is all about one thing: making processes better. It's a super disciplined, data-driven approach that helps you dig deep, find the real root causes of errors, and get rid of them for good. The whole point is to make your processes incredibly consistent and reliable. The engine that really drives Six Sigma is this 5-step framework called DMAIC. That's spelled DMAIC. It stands for Define, Measure, Analyze, Improve, and Control. And you can think of it as the exact step-by-step roadmap you follow to solve a process problem, from beginning to end. Okay, the theory is cool and all, but let's see how this thing actually works in the real world. We're going back to our supermarket manager, who desperately needs to get that milk on the shelves before the morning rush. Let's see how they use the DMAIC framework. First up is define. You can't fix a problem if you don't know exactly what you're aiming for, right? So the manager sets a crystal clear goal. The milk has to be on the shelves, ready to go, before 8:30 a.m. every single morning. No wiggle room, no ambiguity. Next up, we measure. The manager starts collecting some hard data on how things are working right now. It turns out the delivery truck leaves at 7:30 a.m., and there are 3 possible routes. As you can see, Route A is the fastest, but even that takes 60 minutes. That's not good enough to hit the 8:30 a.m. goal. Something is definitely broken here. So now we analyze. Why are routes B and C so much slower? Well, the team digs into the data and aha, there it is. The root cause. After 7:30 a.m., both of those routes get completely jammed up with school bus traffic. So the key factor wasn't just the route, it was the timing. Once you know the root cause, you can finally move to improve. And the solution here is pretty simple, but it's super effective. They decide to start the delivery an hour earlier at 6:30 a.m. to completely avoid all those school buses. By making that one change and using Route B, the delivery time just plummets to 45 minutes. Problem solved. But we're not done just yet. The final and maybe most important step is control. The manager puts a system in place to keep an eye on delivery times every single day. This makes sure that the fix sticks and the process doesn't just slide back into its old bad habits. It's all about making that improvement last. So think about what happened here. By using this structured, data-driven method, our manager didn't just take a wild guess at a solution. They actually engineered one. And this kind of systematic approach, well, it leads to some incredibly powerful benefits for any organization. Seriously, when you get Lean Six Sigma right, the results are very real. Your profits go up because waste goes down, your processes become standardized, simplified, errors are drastically cut, your employees actually get better at solving problems themselves. And most important of all, you are consistently delivering more value to your customers. It's an absolute win-win. And that right there is the real magic. By combining Lean's obsession with waste and Six Sigma's focus on perfect processes, you get one seamless, integrated methodology that solves problems from every angle, leading to all those benefits we just talked about. So there you have it, a quick tour of Lean Six Sigma. It's a really powerful way of thinking that you can pretty much apply anywhere. Which kind of leaves me with one last question for you. Think about your own work, or even just your daily life. Where is waste hiding in plain sight? What little unnecessary step or bit of wasted time could you get rid of? Makes you think, doesn't it?